Well, hello everybody. Welcome. It's already week 2 in our Lenten practice. We've been working with Paula Huston's great tool that she's created called Simplifying the Soul, Lenten Practices to Renew Your Spirit. You're familiar with this book. And this week we are leaving the idea of money and we're actually beginning to think about simplifying the way we care for our body. And so, Paula, what have you done to us? Talk about some of the practices. And so first talk about why the body, what's important about simplifying the way we care for it and thinking about it, and then talk about some of the practices.
Well, just like with the subject of money and how we are easily tempted into seeing money as a kind of protective shield, you know, around us that's going to keep us from feeling certain kinds of discomforts and pains. I think it really gets personal when we put our actual body in that spot and start thinking through or meeting up with, sometimes for the first time, all the little tricks that we employ to keep ourselves comfortable.
Right.
Keep ourselves feeling warm enough, you know, full enough.
I have to say this is a big one for me.
What the body part?
It is, the comfort.
Yeah, so that's the point of that is, and especially in this very highly technologically driven life we live now, we barely have to lift an actual finger, you know, except to punch in our cell phone things. That there are so many pieces of equipment, you know, that will do the job for us, that we can easily get disconnected from the physical world. We can get disconnected from how people have lived for, you know, millennia. I mean, this is a very, very short period of history in which we haven't had to go dig in the dirt to feed ourselves.
So it's a perspective, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and we're so used to it by now that it's very jarring when suddenly we find ourselves without enough water, or, you know, really hot, you know, and there's no way to turn on an air conditioner or sleeping in a bed that's hard, or, you know, all that stuff. I don't want to use negative terms here, but there's a way that we have learned to pamper ourselves and to feel as though we deserve it because we work so hard and live such highly stressful lives that at the very least we deserve our little comforts.
So this is the entitlement piece.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. And along with that comes the presentation of our bodies to the world as representative of what we've achieved in life. So that the way we dress, the way we look, the way we, you know, get our mascara on or do our hair is all part and parcel of this presentation of the self as successful and, you know, worth paying attention to.
Right. So one of the practices is wearing your oldest clothes for the day. And you've designed it so that's not a Saturday.
No. This would be you out in the world doing your normal thing and just, you know, showing up inappropriately dressed.
Yes.
And see what happens. It'd be interesting to see what the response is, and then also how it makes you feel. Right. You know, and being a Minnesota Norwegian, you know, we suffer as a culture from never wanting to give offense.
Yes.
We never want to take the chance of offending somebody. So always knowing what the appropriate kind of outfit would be is a real big deal. Right. And so to deliberately break that little pattern and just walk in, you know. And for me, it also is a great way to feel what it must be like to be in the shoes of someone who doesn't have those options. You know, someone who's got to go to a job interview for a job they desperately need, and they don't have the right clothes, and they still have to go.
And so the catchphrase that sticks in my mind when we're talking about this is clothes make the man. That's just our culture.
That is the culture,
So what I wear says something about who I am.
That's right.
And like you said, my state in life, how I've arrived financially.
That's right.
I can afford to have a horse and rider logo
on your little shirt there.
Yes, or whatever
That's right.
it is. So just to clarify for me, as I've been thinking about this one, if it's my practice and my dress code at where I work to have on slacks and a shirt and a tie, doesn't mean, when you say my oldest clothes, doesn't mean I have to wear ripped jeans and a t-shirt.
No.
But my oldest pair of slacks, my oldest dress shirt, and my oldest tie, which might not exactly match. Is that more the spirit of it?
Yeah, it's something that when you look in the mirror, because this is a day you can look in the mirror. You can look at the mirror at your old crummy clothes.
Yes.
And that this isn't
right.
your best presentation of
Yes,
self.
right.
You know, this is, people might even feel a little sorry for you that
Right.
day.
Okay.
Or whatever.
And
Try
again,
it
it's
and
intended
see.
to bring something up
Yes, it is.
in my heart, and it will.
It will. I can guarantee.
Okay. So simplifying the way I care for my body.
Simplifying
is
the way. Yep.
week number 2. Is there another practice in there
Ah.
that this not bathing?
Yeah, not bathing. You know, we are so into our daily shower or bath or whatever, and I have a sister who's so into it that she does it twice a day,
Yeah.
morning and evening, and she feels somehow filthy if she hasn't been
Yeah.
able. And that is such a luxury for us to be able
Oh
to
my.
get into hot water like that,
Yes.
even once a day. But
Right.
and so now we have expectations that everyone we know is going to smell good too, because
Yes.
you know, we're all clean, soaped up, and all that stuff. And so again, it's a way to jar out of the normal cultural given and just feel what it's like to not be able to do that. You know.
This might be a good week to just be sick and stay home. This is awfully jarring. Well, this is going to be good. I'll tell you who this is good for. People who live in Marin County.
Oh.
This is going to be a great one for us, Quest. Simplifying the way we care for our body. If you are, you and I, we have become addicted to our own personal comfort. And again, there's nothing sacred about any of these practices, but what they will do is show you something about yourself. And these are things that we have to learn about ourselves. And we have to process what we learn. And that's why it's important for you to be in a group this week. So my hope is that you will be. And Paula, thank you so much for this work.
You're welcome. And I hope it's a big adventure this week.
It will be.